Hello, I'm Ian. Welcome to Somerset News Network. I thought the BBC was all this woke, DEI, everybody's got to be on the same level operation. But with the Women's Six Nations, they've downgraded the women's rugby into a has-been. Let me explain. I like watching sport. I'm 68 now. I go fishing and I go shooting and that's about it. I'm not up to playing cricket or rugby like I used to in my youth. My brother was a big rugby player. I played rugby at school. I played hockey for the school. I played cricket for the school. I love sport. My dad was a groundsman and I loved cricket. And I would play cricket whenever I could. Unfortunately, my job meant that I had to work on a Saturday, which meant I couldn't play cricket on a Saturday. And there was, at the time, in the 70s, there was only one Sunday side. And it was hard to get into it. I was mostly reserve and mostly ended up scoring. But I was a keen cricketer. Like I said, my dad was a groundsman for Lansdowne Cricket Club. Brilliant. So I've been brought up on watching cricket on the telly. The BBC loses cricket. It's seen as an elite sport. This DEI junk. So Sky take it up. So my dad had to get Sky, so I used to go. I didn't have Sky. So if I wanted to watch the cricket, I'd go down and see my dad. Have a cup of tea and watch cricket for a bit. Dad would watch 5 days of the test match, sat in his easy chair. I'm doing that now. I'm 68. I just love watching sport. And millions of you out there do. And for years, I helped campaign to get women's sport the recognition it deserves. English women's cricket, English women's football, English women's rugby. Now, I'm not going to say it's got to be on the BBC, but it's got to be on free to view. It's a national game. It's not the national game, but it's England playing or Scotland playing. If we're talking about the Women's Six Nations, we're talking about Italy, France, England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland. And they play the Six Nations like the men play the Six Nations. The Six Nations you can see on ITV and BBC terrestrial, no problem. What have the BBC in their wisdom done with the women? Second class citizens now. You cannot watch women's rugby today on the main BBC 1 or 2. Not even on 3 or 4. So I said, Pat, I can't watch the rugby. So she did some things on the computer. She said, it's on Iplayer. Well, I haven't got Iplayer on the telly. I got it on the computer, but I haven't got it on the telly. I got a smart telly, so I found out where to get it, and I've now got Iplayer. Oh, she said, you can also watch it on BBC Scotland. See how women's sport is now being downgraded to being second-class citizens? There's supposed to be all this DEI stuff. equality and inclusion and all that junk. BBC, be ashamed of yourselves. Reducing a national sport like ladies rugby down to a second-class citizen. I think it's wrong. I think people ought to start campaigning. Now, like I said, I don't mind if it's not on the BBC, but let's have it on ITV or ITV3, where we can all watch it. Now it's on BBC Scotland. I think I can get that somewhere on the telly now. But you see what I mean? They've downgraded everything. Is rugby seen as an elite sport now? Are ladies now second-class citizens? I think somebody's got to do some real campaigning. I'll start. BBC, ITV, Sky, whatever, Channel 4, Channel 5, let's have Six Nations women's rugby on free to view on a main channel. Whoever does it. Anyway, Ian, rant over for this morning. Bye bye.